Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all trace their origins back to a single foundational patriarch, Abraham. They also share a harrowing narrative that defines his devotion. God commands Abraham to take his beloved son up a mountain and sacrifice him on an altar. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, the identity of that boy is unquestioned. It's Isaac. But in the Islamic tradition, the boy bound on the altar is Ishmael, Abraham's older son. This divergence stems from a deliberate blank space in the text. While the book of Genesis names Isaac explicitly, the Quran never actually names the child. It refers to him only as a forbearing son. That missing name triggered an intense, centuries-long scholarly investigation to determine exactly who was on the altar. The Isaac narrative comes directly from Genesis 22. God tells Abraham, "Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and sacrifice him." For Jewish scholars, the entire covenant rests on his survival. If Isaac dies, the lineage breaks before it begins. Christian theologians took this a step further, reading Isaac's time on the wood of the altar as a direct preview of Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. With the biblical text being so specific, Isaac's identity became locked in Western theology. This left early Islamic scholars in a unique position. They had an ambiguous text, surrounded by the heavy influence of the biblical narrative. Because of that ambiguity, early Islamic historians were bitterly divided over the son's identity. The prominent historian Al-Tabari recorded that many early Muslim sages believed the boy was in fact Isaac. They absorbed this view from Jewish converts to Islam, who carried their oral traditions with them. But later scholars, championed by Ibn Kathir, applied strict chronological math and logical deduction to the Quran to prove the son had to be Ishmael. Ibn Kathir pointed to the lineage. Ishmael was born 13 years before Isaac, making him the only son for a decade. Additionally, the Quran prophesied Isaac would have a son named Jacob. Killing Isaac as a child creates a logical contradiction. For their final proof, scholars looked to the structural sequence of Surah 37. The glad tidings announcing Isaac's birth appear after the entire sacrifice narrative concludes. This chronological sequence indicates the boy on the altar was the older brother. By applying rigorous textual math, Islamic scholars closed the vacuum in their scripture. They established Ishmael as the intended sacrifice, finalizing a distinct theological identity. This textual debate over a single name defines the distinct sacred sites and rituals of these faiths today. The Isaac narrative secures a specific, miraculous lineage. It lays the groundwork for the Jewish people and the arrival of the Christian Messiah. The Ishmael narrative centers on the Arab lineage and the concept of Islam itself, a word meaning submission. It highlights the willing, dual submission of both father and son to the divine will. You see that legacy physically manifested in the rituals of Hajj and in the global celebration of Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice. The Quran's omission of the name shifts the focus away from the child and toward the act itself, serving as a reflection of the reader's own faith. Whether the boy bound on the wood was Isaac or Ishmael, the story forces billions of believers to look at the altar and ask themselves what they are truly willing to surrender.